Winter Sports Awards. To open us up, Macy Mays is going to pray.
Everyone can bow their heads and close their eyes, please. Dear Heavenly Father, I just want to thank you for this day, Lord, and bringing us all here together, Lord. I pray that you continue watching over us and guiding us and watch over us as we go home and keep us safe, Lord, and we thank you and love you. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen.
Thank you guys for coming again. Thank you parents, administrators that are here. Thank you for all your work this year. Thank you to the athletes that you guys put so much work in. So you're going to get some of that here in just a little bit, but thank you for that. A couple of announcements. We do have some cookies, cupcakes, and brownies and stuff afterwards. If you guys want to hang out and get those, it would be great if they were all gone. Also, we have, I wish I had the Donette magazine that Ms. Stone has been working on really hard. We have a special privilege this evening that we have some of those. It's over like 50 years of Donette basketball. It talks about the state championship stuff. It's really cool. And those are available tonight if you guys want one afterwards. They're on the stage. They got some great articles from several different players, past, present. It's pretty cool. I just kind of thumped this first time I seen it. So those are available if you guys want to pick up that afterwards. So to kick us off tonight, we're going to go with boys basketball and Coach Dilby.
Good afternoon. I have Coach Decker here with me. Unfortunately, Coach Trent Rapole could not be here. He's feeling a little under the weather, so I will be doing the JV Awards as well, and we'll get started with those. Let's see, Mike and Big. Ryan Speck. Dave Mead. Noah Dixon. Caden Plum. Zane Hinton. Darren Henry. Lansing Todd. And Waylon Tucker. Other ones that could not be here today are Landon Wilson, Hunter Wilson, and am I missing anybody else? And Cade Stipton. That's one. JV this year finished off with a 8-13 record, but a lot of that kind of changed as the team changed about halfway through the year. Lansing and Waylon moved up, played a lot more varsity, which gave opportunity for other players to step into their new roles. So there was a transition period and a little bit of a struggle, but towards the end I felt like we were starting to play a lot better as a team in new roles. First off, we will start with the freshman of the year, which is going to go to a freshman that obviously a little bit nervous, if you can't tell, so bear with me. This kid last year struggled a little bit while he was in 8th grade, but this year I feel like he came into his own. Me and Coach Trent agreed on it. I thought he had a big year, and I'm excited to see what the future holds for him. Caden Plum. Next award is Most Improved, and unfortunately, although he could not be here, the strides that this kid made from start to finish, from not having played organized basketball to at the end of the year being one of our starters, was incredible to watch and see. Through a lot of work for him. I was really proud of what he was able to accomplish this year in Landon Wilson. Next is our Defensive Player of the Year, and he did about everything on the defensive end that we could ask for. Really was a spark plug early on in the year, and he became a mainstay in the rotation that we could always count on. It was very consistent. And Darren Henry. And the last one, again, another player that unfortunately couldn't be here, was the main consistent player that we had in our lineup, game in and game out. And towards the end of the year, he was doing a lot of heavy lifting for us, bringing the ball up, being our main scorer, a big-time defender for us, and Cade Stipton. All right. You guys are good. If you want to go over to Coach or Steve Inman, take your picture. All right, we'll go on with Varsity now. Calling us up, Maddox Backham. He cannot be here tonight. Corey Hagan. Wayne Taylor. Kate Stifton. Blake Lewis. Lane Allen. Emma Jones. Ed McAfee. Tyler Lowry. Isaac Todd. Michael Pig. And Kate Clark. Our season this year was very up and down. Beginning of the year we started off pretty well, and we kind of had a very demoralizing loss at Bloomfield that kind of put us in a little bit of a downhill turn for a little bit. But we came back at really the Naylor game was our turning point after we won that. We won a little 5-game win streak that kind of got our season back on track. We ended up getting second place in Clarkton Christmas tournament. Ended up in fourth place, unfortunately, in OFC, but at least got to play the whole tournament this year, I guess, compared to last year. Overall, we finished the season 14-13 with a winning record, and considered from last year the 8-game improvement we had, it was very good for what we were doing. As for the awards, we'll start off with the best teammate, and there is nobody more vocal on our bench the whole season. It didn't matter how many minutes he played. Whatever he did, couldn't score a point, didn't score points, hardly played, whatever it may be. He was always the most vocal one, that's Ed McAfee. Next up is our Rookie of the Year, which is to a newcomer. Could be anybody, just their first year playing varsity. And for this one, it was pretty simple. In our player interviews that we had at the beginning of the year, he came in, the first thing he said was, by the end of the year, I'll be starting varsity. And by Christmas tournament at Clarkton, he had made that happen, and that's Lansing Todd. Next up is our unsung hero. This is going to go to somebody that doesn't really get the recognition I feel they deserve. They do a lot of the little things that don't necessarily show up in the box score. Don't really get recognized by the public, but as coaches, we see what they do. And this guy has been a mainstay around here for 4 years now, and has done a lot for this program the past 2 years since I've been coaching. He's always brought a positive attitude to practice every game. Again, he's somebody that doesn't matter what he does, it's just about the team to him. And that's Lane Allen. Next is our Defensive Player of the Year, and for anybody that's watched this team, they probably know who this is going to go to, as he loves defense. He gets out there and he's going to get 110% on that end no matter what, and it's Waylon Kelly. Next up is our Free Throw Award, our highest free throw percentage on this year, and that would be Corey Hagan. Our 3-point award, going to 3-point percentage, is Tyler Lowry. Next up is our most improved, and I'm super glad this kid came back to play for me this year. He made big strides from this year. Had a little bit of a hiccup with an injury at the beginning of the year, but when he came back strong and looked better every game as Blake Lewis. And then our MVP for the season, and as this team went, this player went, and he's a big part of this program. Was a big part of this program for 4 years, as well as our team captain for this year. Did a lot for us. Most teams game plan for him, and there's a good reason why, and that's Emma Jones. All right, now for a couple milestone awards for our different clubs that we hit. And for the first time that I can remember, we had a guy who reached the 100 assist club, meaning he got over 100 assists on the season, and that's Corey Hager. Then our rebounding club, he took a big leap in rebounding this year compared from last year, and he ended up getting over 150 rebounds, and that's also Corey Hager. Another big-time rebounder for us, go figure. He killed on both ends of the glass, or both ends of the floor on the glass, and that's with over 200 rebounds this year, Emmett Jones. And our last one is our 400-point club, tallying over 400 points, and he ended up putting over 1,000 up in his career, but this year, that is Emmett Jones. And we have a couple senior plaques. One to Lane Allen, who ended up having over about 177 career points and over 100 career rebounds in his 2 years of varsity. And he did a lot more. Like I said, a lot of what he did was not showing up on the stats, but he was a big part of this program and will be missed for sure. And next, with 1,338 career points, 623 career rebounds, was all-conference sophomore, junior, and senior year, all-district junior and senior year, as well as Class 4 District 1 Player of the Year last year, Emmett Jones. And the last two we don't have awards for, but I do want to recognize Corey Haygood and Emmett Jones for both getting all-conference and all-district. While they're doing that, I want to send out a few thank yous. First off, I want to say thank you to my fiance, Emily Joyner, who is not here, but is always a supportive figure for me, always there supporting me for what I want to do. I want to thank my assistants, Trent Splitpole, Dawson Decker, and Clay Barton, two of which did on a voluntary basis this year, giving their own time to be a part of the program and all they do. I want to thank all the players for the time that they dedicated to this program for this year and the success that it was, and for the players' families that also put a lot of time behind the scenes that we don't see. I want to thank Matt Moran for all he does for Kern River Broadcasting. I also want to thank Steve Inman for all the photos. And last, I want to thank Jimbo Blackwell and Adam Epps for the mentor that they gave me. I have obviously two great coaches just down the hall from me that I get to learn from, and it is much appreciated for what you guys are doing.
Okay, let's get this thing going here. Got a lot of stuff to go over and give out and to thank, so don't let me forget anything. I'm going to try that. I'm going to do some of my thank yous first so I don't forget them. What's he pointing at? Oh, no, Brad, that good. I'm not going to set the record. You got the record, bro. That was one of the best nights ever. Really good. And great season. I'm sorry, you did. Anyway, a couple people to thank you. First off, thank you to my wife back there and to Jordan that's probably playing some kind of game, and Heidi who's at church tonight. And hey, they give up a lot for me, and they support me a lot. Thank you to Jimmy and Coach Johnson back here. It's nice to have just two other head coaches on the bench with you to bounce stuff off of, and they don't have a dog in the hunt, and they're just there because they want the kids to do their best. So it's nice to have that as a freshman. We got a couple of our managers that are here tonight. Claire Regas, who kept the books for us already. So thank you. you how to get paid for that too. So just, you know, reminder. And then Kay Davis over here. Shout out to Kay Davis. Yeah, not a manager. Not a manager. Yes, we created a position for her, and it is the, stop it. It is the director of basketball operations. So give it up for her. And then I'm just going to echo kind of what Dilbeck said. Thank you so much to Matt. He helps me in more ways besides just basketball. Jimbo said it. He's the backbone of the athletic department, and it is true. So thank you very much, Matt. Thank you to Steve for being at everything and willing to take pictures. And then he gives pictures to the girls all the time, and of everybody else and all the teams and all the events, choir to football to everything. He's at everything, so we appreciate you. To the parents, we really couldn't thank you guys enough for everything you do for us, especially this year. The Donette moms just kind of went alpha mode clutch. Raised over $10,000 in 72 hours. So, thank you so much. And the girls really appreciate it, not having to pay for their food and stuff like that. It was awesome. And thank you again to the Donette moms. And I know Miranda and everybody has been running around absolutely crazy trying to make sure prom Saturday is awesome, and it's going to be really awesome. So shout out to them. Give it up for the Donette moms. You can clap for yourself. Don't forget, we really appreciate if you're at his place church tonight helping us set up stuff afterwards. That'd be really cool. So anyway. Not yet, but I will. Okay, all right, so let's get into this. First thing we're going to do is JV. So I'm going to call you guys up here, and then you're just going to stay. Like when you get up here, everybody just stay, and we'll do it all together. So first we have freshman Lily McLeod. That's the wrong recap. All right, we're using her as an example, guys. We've got a lot of stuff to give out today, and I'm going to go over that was donated. We got these cool plaques that Davis trophies made every single one of the girls with the state championship trophy. It's got the scores from all the games, and so just that they gave those to us, and I know that wasn't cheap, so thank you very much to those guys. We also got these cool cups that Matt Tyson and Catherine Murphy make sure every one of the Donettes have, and it's got the record on there, and they're personalized with their names. So those are really, really cool. So thank you very much. And then the Prospect has made a little packet for every one of the girls, and I think it's just something, I don't even know what's in it. She didn't tell me. There's just some memory stuff in there for every one of the players. So thank you so much for all that stuff. There we go. The next one we've got Meg Planus. Presley Allen. Bradley Bowles. There's your cup, bro. Mila Scrimshire. Freedom Bates. And Haley S. they were 10-3. Their 2 losses were to Jackson twice, into West Plains. I say it all the time, being a JV girls basketball player is the hardest thing to do because that's where most of the people cancel on you. So everybody else is getting to play, and you see they played 13 games this year, and some of those were against other people's varsities. So shout out to you guys. I mean, I think we had 70-something practices. They were at all of them. They made us better every day, and we're really going to count on them next year as well. So we do have, yeah, go ahead. You can give it up for the JV. We've got 2 awards to give out for JV. The first one is most improved, and this one was really tough. It came down to a couple players, but we just feel like from the beginning of the year to the end of the year, this one improved the most, and that goes to Briley Bowles. And then our teammate award, this is voted on by the players. This one, it was really, really close. A lot of people got votes, but it goes to Lily McLeod. All right, you guys can just stay up here. All right, so Varsity, we're going to call you guys up here, and then we'll get going. First we've got is, I'm just going to do the people, we're going seniors first. Let's go seniors. Madeline Reedus. Sarah Owen. Macy Manus. Tara Davis. Lily Knight. Haley Epps. Freedom Bates. Let me see, here we go. Milo Scripture. You're doing real good. You're doing real good. Briley Bowles. Yeah, you are supposed to have. Next we've got Carson Haygood. Ellie White. Kenna Kirby. And Kinsey Killian. You know, do you want to set your stuff down and come back, maybe? I don't know what to do. It's a lot of stuff. Sorry, guys. If you didn't get something, make sure you get it before you leave, because it's kind of chaos up here. All right. Gonna kind of go through the season here, just kind of real quick. It's like, wow, we're state champs. Holy crap. Still kind of shell-shocked over that. And I know they are too, but they're still on cloud 9, and what the coaching staff is, and I think the parents are, and I think the community is. So it's been a wild ride, and it's been really fun. I will say, I don't think everybody thought we could do that at the beginning of the year. So it was nice that we were able to take advantage of a few situations that went our way. A couple of those where we got to host for the first time ever a sectional and a quarterfinal game here, which was probably the greatest environment ever to play a basketball game. I mean, some of the players said later that they were more nervous for those two games than they were for either one of the state championship games. And you can see why. There's 900 people here, and Mr. Owens over here trying to get people to move and cramming people on the stage. And I mean, it was wild. You couldn't hear yourself think. It was a great environment. So I'll never forget those Park Hills St. James games. Those were very, very special. They are also district champs, River City Classic champs for our tournament. First one we've ever hosted. Lady Royal Christmas Classic champs. I think that's the 4th time in a row. OFC tournament champs. I think, what was that, 5 times in a row. And then OFC regular season champs, and that was 6 years in a row. Played a really tough team in MICDS. We did get to see them this summer, and I think that helped us. They're a really good player, hit a game winner in our face in the summer, so we remembered that, and I think that helped us. Was a great game. And then Ben was one we'll never forget as well, and that their coach kind of messed up before that game started. Certain things you just don't say, so anyway, that was awesome. And another good game was West Plains and West Plains. I feel like that was kind of, I'll go back and I actually think Jackson was the turning point of our season, where we lost that game and we shouldn't have lost that game, and then we turned right around and went to Class 5 West Plains in a hostile environment, or was for me anyway. And we pulled that one out and just started playing better after that. So just kind of recap of our season right there. I feel bad if we don't say anything about our season. So we do got some awards we want to get into right here. So hang on before we start. Jimmy wants to start.
Before we get to the player awards, I want to congratulate Coach Epps. He was the OFC Coach of the Year, the District Coach of the Year, and for the first time in school history, the State Coach of the Year.
All right, going to get into some player awards. I thought about scaling these back just because of all the stuff we've done, and then just like, no, we're not going to do it. So we've got a few awards, and we're going to get into those. The first one we're going to do is the Miss Clutch Award. Okay, so if you was at any of the games, you probably know who this is going to. There was a couple of plays, one in the St. James game, right over there where the Bowles family's at, and we had a little backdoor pass for a layup when we were only up 1 with like 13 seconds left. And then you remember the state championship game where we had to get the ball in bounds, the long pass to finish out, and she was just clutch all year for us, and that goes to Ellie White. The next award we have is the Purple Heart Award is the name of this award, and that's for people that have kind of been through a lot of injuries and whatever and fought through that to help the team, and we had a couple this year. The first one, we kind of got a surprise that she wasn't going to be able to play. She was going to have surgery. We didn't know if she was going to make it back, and then to start the year off, and you're like, holy cow, because she had a really good chance to probably be one of our starters at that time, and it was a little bit of shock and devastation for us. But she ended up making it back about mid-January, and just really kind of help us turn the corner and get over some humps. And she fought through a lot, worked really, really hard with Priscilla McGonigal, and if you've ever had PT with her, you know what that means. So the first one goes to Kids Kill You. The next one is a little bit different. We kind of heard right around the same time of year that this one had some type of broken bone in her foot, but it hurts and she can play, but I was like, what's going on? But she gutted it out all year long. You can tell she's over here on a scooter right now, and she had a bone sesamoid, I think that's right, bone that's broke, and she fought through that all year long, ended up guarding like a lot of people's point guards and the fastest players on the other team, and you guys watched her play, and I guarantee you nobody knew that she was hurt because she just went hard no matter what. I will say, they said when they opened her foot up to do the surgery that the bone was just like a grenade went off. It was just in pieces all over the place, and I'm real proud of her, and we couldn't have done it without her, and that goes to Ken Kirby. Our next award is the Felon Award, and that goes to most steals. And that was hard to get on this team. It's probably the best defensive team we've ever had. Last year, the high for steals, we had 2 people tied for 55. And this year, the lead was 84 steals, and that goes to Carson Hager. Rebounding club, to be in the rebounding club, you have to get over 100 or more rebounds. This year was a special year. We talked about this was going to be a hard thing for this group because we talked like when we go out to eat, what do you think the people think what team we are? I'm like, tennis, soccer, like we're not real big going in there. And I don't know, we rebounded great all year long. And we was worried about it, but they just rebounded great all year. So we got 4 members of the 100 rebounding club. The first one with 129 rebounds goes to Ellie White. The next one with 131 rebounds goes to Maddie Reedus. The next one with 142 rebounds goes to Carson Hager. And then leading the way with 187 rebounds and ended up with over 500 in her career goes to Sarah Owens. Our Playmaker Award is the most assists, and that's a big deal on our team. We've got a lot of people that can spread it out and play. Last year, she was at like 80-something assists and bumped it up all the way to 134 assists in one season, which is incredible. That goes to Madeline Reedus. The next one is our Sharpshooter Award. This is usually 3 different awards, but she helped us save $24 on awards this year because she got all 3 of them. And our field goal percentage was 49%. Her 3-point percentage was 44%, and that's with hitting 89 of them. And her free throw percentage was 76%, and that goes to Carson Hager. This was tough for us too because I feel like a lot of people made jumps and a lot of people got better at playing through mistakes. You know, a lot of times when you're growing up and you're playing every year, it's hard. And when you make mistakes, sometimes it's hard to fight through those. But I feel like she did the best job at that this year, and the biggest improvement goes to Ellie White. The next award, defense is a big thing for us, and the defense lockdown award. And we talked in the office, and we was just like, how are we going to do this? And we was like, well, who do you want guarding the ball with the game on the line in the half-court setting? You know, who do you want? And just so many different options, but we just had to go. I couldn't give it to one. We had to give it to 2 this year. And the first one, I'll never forget her performance in the Park Hills game as long as I'm alive and coaching. When you have your post player go guard the 3-time All-Stater for 84 feet and then get down there and post up and score. And her performance in that game was just absolutely incredible, and that goes to Sarah Owens. The next one got the best player the majority of the nights. She ended up guarding the girl from MICDS, who was an absolute load. Did a great job on her. Guarded the girl going to Rockhurst from Benton. Several, we could just go through the list, but our next defensive lockdown award goes to Madeline Reedus. Our next award is the Teammate Award. This one's voted on by the players. This is a very special award. We talk about culture a lot. We really get to see culture and like what people think about you when they're the ones that are actually voting, you know. And this was another one that came down to like one vote, but the Teammate Award goes to Sarah Owen. Okay, and then our next award, this is a big award for us, it's the Donette Gold Standard of Leadership. Somebody, you know, usually it goes to a senior most of the time. They spent their career as a Donette and working their guts out. And this one was really, really hard to just give it to one, but we did that this year. And I can remember a conversation we had after the Notre Dame loss last year in the district championship game. And you know, sometimes you get into that locker room, the last time you're in that locker room, you can really tell how much some people care. You know, and I can remember, you know, she was just broken. I was too, and Jimmy was, everybody was. But I can remember a conversation, she goes, I'm never gonna have that feeling again. And she didn't, and she was a leader for us, kind of our backbone on the run that we were on, and huge in the Final Four, and that goes to Madeline Reedus. We've got some senior awards that we do. I'm just going to read a little bit on these. So the first one goes to Macy Manus. And there's a little bit about this for these. This is what they say. They're state champions, the first in Doniphan history. They're 3-time district champs, 5-time OFC tournament champs, 6-time OFC season champs, 4-time Lady Royal Christmas Classic tournament champs, River City champs. They ended their career with 104 career wins and only 10 losses. Holy cow. 3 state playoff appearances, 4 district championship appearances, 4 OFC championship appearances, and won them all. And Macy was also a 2-year varsity leveler. The next one is for Sarah Owen, who was all of those things as well. Yeah, you can give it up for Sarah. She's going to do a lot. And then some of her stats, she's all conference her junior and senior year. She's all district her junior and senior year. She ends her career with 620 points, 510 rebounds, 133 steals, 111 assists, 51 blocks, and she is a 3-year varsity letterman. So give it up for Sarah. And then the last one is Madeline Reedus. She is a 2-time all-conference player. She's a 2-time all-district player, and she was also on the Lady Royal Christmas Classic all-tournament team. She ends her career with 372 points, 356 rebounds, 317 assists, 203 steals, 30 blocks, and was a 4-year varsity letterman. So give it up for the seniors. And we do have some postseason awards that we want to talk about. Some of them, they'll get their award at the OFC Banquet, which, by the way, is May 7th. So our all-conference players is Madeline Reedus, Sarah Owen, Ellie White, Carson Haygood, and Kenna Kirby was also an honorable mention for those. So give it up for those guys. District Class 4 players are, and we do have a plaque for you guys for those, is Ellie White, Sarah Owen, Carson Haygood, and Maddie Reedus. And we've got a couple special awards tonight. It's been a long time probably since we've given out 2 All-Stater awards. but we were fortunate enough to get 2 All-Staters this year for Class 4, which is really, really tough to do. And the first one goes to Ellie White. I'll get a page for those too if you want that. And just something about Ellie, because I mean, I was at the meeting and they were talking about who you're going to give it to and stuff, and I was just thinking, like at practice, Ellie White was an all-stater every day of practice. Anytime we ran, I mean, and she's always over here on this side, and we're standing here, and she don't buddy run. I mean, she's running as hard as she can run every time. She works her guts out, and is very, very deserving, so congratulations, Ellie. And then the last All-State Award, and this one kind of has a story with it as well. I'm at the meeting and there's these people around the table, and so you vote for All-State, you make this list up, you got all these people arguing and all that kind of stuff, so we get the list done, and then you got to go back and you got to pick the player of the year. So they're on this Benton girl, this girl from Benton, she's so good, she's so good. It's like, I can't leave here without nominating Carson. So, well, I think Carson's just as good. And we just going back and forth. I said, let's just do whoever wins tonight will be the player of the year. How about that? So they did do that. And so Carson Haygood is All-State, but she is also the Missouri State Player of the Year for Class 4. Okay, and then we have somebody that does a lot for us that we wanted to do something special for tonight, and I stress her out a lot, and I lean on her a lot, and she kind of thought the title of being Director of Operations is kind of cool, and then she realized all the stuff that she started to have to do, and if you know me, I need a lot of stuff. Everybody will tell you I'm a needy person, and I need you to do this, I need you to do that. And we went on our Final Four trips, like, oh yeah, Kay Davis, you got to figure out where we're eating, when we're stopping, who wants what, da-da-da-da-da. All of our posts, she made our Facebook page. She's just gone above and beyond, and she didn't have to do it. She don't make any money, so we couldn't not do something for you tonight. So come on up here, and the girls got to do stuff. Give it up for Kay Davis. Okay, that kind of concludes our awards, but before everybody runs off, just a couple things. Girls, you got to take a picture over here with Steve. And then boys and girls and everybody together. Julie Stone has a check for you guys. It's for the boys and girls basketball programs. And it goes right back to us. So we're going to get over there by the mat after the girls take their picture here and with Julie and take that picture. But anyway, that concludes tonight's event. Don't forget, we have the cupcakes, water. We have the Donette magazine over there as well. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.